We'll now call on stage Carlo Bianchini, General Manager of Pharma Division for Bolton Group. Welcome. Welcome. Good morning, everyone. That's the second time you've been here when you were in Coty, I think, right? Yes. Okay, so Somattoline is a quite well-known brand. We started from the video, so my first question would be, what are the group's projects as regards this brand specifically? Well, first, the group is quite variegated. Give us a couple of words on Bolton, maybe. Well, I'm happy you're here because this is the first time we have someone telling us something from the Bolton Group. So I hope this is the beginning of a new future together, since you have several brands in your own group. Well, very quickly regarding Bolton. Bolton is an Italian entrepreneurial family reality, quite strong and successful, established about 70 years ago. We create and distribute large consumption products, but high quality and sustainable, in line with what we said today. There are 6 large businesses in Bolton: food, then home care products, body care, and pharmaceutical products with Collister, and we have adhesives like Bostik or UHU. So very diversified business. We have 50 successful brands at international level. You all know Simmental or Rio Mauro tuna fish, Borotalco Neutro Robust instead in the body care segment. This is a very large group. In this past 70 years, the family has created a group accounting for about 3 billion euro sales. We are present in 150 countries. Our brands are used in 100 million families every day worldwide. We have 60 headquarters in 150 countries, as I said, 11,000 employees, direct employees, 17 plants, 8 research centers, so definitely a very important group. Inside this group, the pharmacy division has a sales of about 80 billion euro. It's a historical presence. We have 2 large important markets, France and Italy, that are similar from the point of view of sales, and we've got a part with international. In France, we are present with the Cavaillés brand, co-leaders in the body care segment, Somattoline, and the oral care products. In Italy, we've got Citrosil and Somattoline. So let's say that the business is not huge considering the Bolton Group, but it's a business the family is strongly connected to. It's a historical business for us, and the company is investing strongly on that to relaunch it, and also to consider that for future acquisitions in the future. So this is a segment you want to invest on, and you are open to several opportunities. Well, yes, Somattoline is a proof of that. Somattoline is a historical brand leader in the market. Why did you think about using the word relaunch, and what did you work on? Well, Somattoline has 2 souls, an OTC soul, originating back in 1973 as a medicine to take care of cellulitis, and then years later, the family decided to create a Somattoline cosmetic brand to treat imperfections in the skin, imperfections in general. Well, nowadays the world of beauty has changed a lot. New trends have come up. We here talking about body positivity. There are new phenomena, and this has led us to rediscuss ourselves to understand whether we were actually in line and aligned with the times. We performed some market research. We carefully listened to our female consumers. We have analyzed ourselves, and we understood that the answer was within ourselves with the Somatoline brand, and they wanted us to highlight our own experience with the skin, hence the name Somatoline Skin Expert. This means skin expertise and the ability to meet the consumer's needs using products that work in depth, and that's why they are so effective. This is not only a relaunch, as you saw in the video. It's not only a new logo. The brand is now in the center. It's more modern, premium, more clearer and more immediate. But there's a global change, a global shift in the brand image. Visual identity has changed 360 degrees. Are you also thinking about a product extension since you have reviewed the whole brand? Well, yes, this year we've already launched several new products. Last but not least, for instance, the launch of training bandages, which is a true professional treatment you can take at home. This is a virtuous path because this is not the last one, but we are going to launch both in the body area and face area. So the idea is this brand is strong and you want to expand it significantly. Yes, absolutely. We talked about e-commerce before. Italy is below 10%. You have a direct e-commerce. Yes, we have decided back in 2019 to launch a direct e-commerce. One of my first choices when I joined the group was to relaunch it first because that allows us to get to know our consumer better, hence to work on the base of data and maybe to advance some trends because the possibility to interact helps a lot. And this also allowed us to be more effective in creating ad hoc programs with our own retailers that have grown in number a lot, because unlike the perfumery world where I come from, whose number of retail is more limited, in the pharmacy segment there are many players, so the challenge for the company is to be ready and well organized to manage them at best. I remember you already mentioned that. What's the e-commerce Somatoline range between direct and indirect? 12 or 13%. It's a good quantity, but we still have room for increase. So you expect growing further? Yes. During the first 2 months this year, well, I've seen some figures, but they've been quite swinging. Unlike what I saw in the sectorial studies, other providers provide us some oscillations in the market. So I'm quite curious to understand whether the situation is going to change throughout the year or whether that's going to remain like that. I do expect much many dynamics. In France as well, yes, the number of operators there is lower, but the trend is the same. There are players working in the dermocosmetics sector with very interesting data online only. Yesterday, you also mentioned the testimonial, which is a novelty for you. How was the experience for you? Well, yes, as I was mentioning before, when we talk about relaunch, well, that's not only the relaunch of a new packaging, it's a totally new visual identity. So to do that, we have also identified a brand advancer, Andrea De Logo, a writer, TV showrunner, a journalist. She is very strong at the moment. When we started talking together, of course, she wanted to get to know the brand values, and she got really enthusiastic about that. In 2021, when we started reworking on the relaunch, she wanted to write the manifesto with us. So she sat with us and she built it with us. It was a new point of view on beauty in line with the new trends. We started from showing off the fact that our own concept of beauty must start from the way the woman feels within her own skin, because that's the way she can express herself at best. It's not the other one watching us and make us beauty, but it's your own skin and you yourself that make yourself beauty. And she is now even more a protagonist in our communication message. She has played a primary role with her spontaneity to legitimate the way she believes in us and in our message. We strongly believe in. The results in sellout are definitely very, very positive. So that was a virtuous pathway. And did you also think about consumers in this relaunch phase? For instance, are you thinking about changing your target, expanding the age range? Well, it's evident that the target analysis is for sure a daily element in our own work. It's not a novelty. Of course, in such a changing trend, definitely Italy is a master in this. We have to always keep an eye on them. And we have an internal organization which we have implemented, because it's not only one function that analyzes them, it's a whole team working on them. R&D, global marketing, local marketing, the packaging function. We constantly work together trying to intercept the data from e-commerce to the sectorial studies, and then we translate them into our new formulations and product proposals, from the face to the body and so on. Talking about the novelties this year, for instance, we talked about the bandages before, but the whole relaunch of the scrubs or the slimming products, we have chosen to have an ingredient like integral marine salt, which is the very heart of all this relaunch. It came from the brand analysis, the consideration of our own raw materials and ingredients, and that's why we now have a natural product which is extracted from the Sicilian underground, and that allows to activate the cellular metabolism and to drain all liquids in the body. So we never lag behind. For us, it is extremely important to work in a team and work together on that. Also with the other divisions in the group, right? The research area is shared with the rest of Bolton, right? No, well, we've got some individual division-specific research centers. In my own case, of course, we are trying to work throughout all our own categories and all our own markets at European level. And all these novelties you have at stake bring you to a new goal. What is your 3-year goal? Well, we constantly discuss about a 5-year plan. So every year we do reprocess them. Our own growth rates aim at being reliable, because of course the group's leitmotif is always to have a long-term sustainable growth. So our own activity is in line with the trends on the market, and our goal is to reach 100 million euro sales quickly in this own segment. Thank you very much, Carlo, and good luck for the future. Thank you.